or the rest of the businesses. Thank you.
All right. Next is from Brian again. Brian is asking, Brian going from the Standard newspaper, what does the recent suspension of operations for a year by Delarue mean for the country's currency needs and the Central Bank of Kenya? Back to David Herbling from Bloomberg. 7 years after the collapse of Chase and Imperial Bank, depositors are yet to recover 100% of funds. Those responsible are yet to be punished. What are you doing to address this? Finally, from Dominic again, what happened to Safaricom's Faraja product, an interest-free loan facility for paying for services and buying goods? Was it approved?
Okay, fine. So I think in terms of the Delarue operations, they impact us only to the extent that we have, there are people that work in Kenya making those, supporting that industry, etc. But in terms of our currency needs are completely fulfilled, so we leave it as that. In terms of the second thing, 7 years after collapse, I think, David, you need to watch what's going on in this space. You should be able to write all the things that have happened. And as you know, a lot of these things have been in the judicial system. So we are not the ones who determine the outcomes of legal challenges, etc. So yes, I do understand that it has taken quite some time, and you may even say an inordinate amount of time. But I guess the point here is that we are struggling through the legal system. Like every other, the MPC ended up where we ended up in terms of policy. Let's move on to economic growth. And the economy has been resilient in 2022, and it grew by 5.6%. This is the chart that, or the table that we have been discussing in the past. So you can see the column 2022 annual estimate at the bottom there is 5.6, and this has the 3 quarters, Q1, Q2, Q3 actuals. That's from KNBC, and Q4 we've really used the leading indicators. We've used all the leading indicators that we have. So we feel quite comfortable about the projection, the estimate of 5.6. We could talk about the specifics, but I think the only one I really want to point out is agriculture. Agriculture, as you can see, we expect that it will decline by 0.3%, so minus 0.3, so declining by 0.3%. And also in 2021, it declined by 0.2%. And so you can see these are 2 bad years in agriculture. And agriculture has therefore been being a drag. And we know why this is the case. It's really related to the dry conditions that we've been having, and obviously in parts of the country it has been drought. But the point is that our agriculture has therefore been sagging. Now, obviously back in 2018, it grew at 5.7%, and we do expect that there will be a rebound if we have normal conditions. So we are not hoping for floods and things like that, but having normal rainfall conditions in 2023, particularly the long rains. If the long rains are adequate, then we can most likely go back to where we were always. Maybe not back to the trend, but at least in terms of growth rates, a strengthening of this sector. Services obviously have been very important, and I think that's what the data shows that I'm presenting. Let's move on to, so colleagues, I'll stop there and take your questions.
Thank you very much, Governor. And we shall begin the questions from Dominic Omondi. Dominic from the Business Daily is asking, are Remex, Multigate, Flutterwave, and Candon Technologies licensed payment service providers in Kenya? The other two questions are related. Actually, it's the same question from David Habling of Bloomberg News and Brian Gugi of the Standard newspaper. When is Safaricom due to complete the separation of Mpesa business from the telecoms arm? You promised to give us an update in January. The way Brian puts it is Dr. Njoroge said earlier, a roadmap for the split of Kenya's telcos business units could be in place by January this year. Where are you with that framework?
Okay, fine, thank you. Dominic, I would encourage you to look at our website. It has a listing of all the payment service providers that are licensed in Kenya. So why don't you do that? It's there, it's public, easy to access. Also, just a freebie on this, there's also other digital service providers, digital credit providers, that we have also licensed. And that is also available on our website, and you can also see who is in that space today. On the separation, I would only say that this is ongoing, and I don't have anything, I don't have an update at this moment. It's true, I did promise that I would have an update around this time, but things don't always happen according to one's timelines. At times there are delays. So I do hope that, a delay on this matter won't, will be okay on your space. So just be patient, I think. And then the last question is a roadmap. Again, all these things are in the works. But I think the point is it's not so much a roadmap, because actually there has been some telcos that have already done this. Yeah, and you can look at our website. There are press releases on the specific ones that have done this separation. And it is important. It is important for many reasons. You can see already, for instance, in the banking sector, there has been a good separation of the banking business from all the other businesses. So you have insurance, you have leasing operations, and all those are separated. And they could be under a holding company. And I think they've served well in terms of appreciating where the risks are, and also in terms of managing those risks and not having this sort of mixed up with the rest of the business.